Alright, good evening everyone, Dan here. Going to go over my quick trade for today, January 8th, 2024. And I did make a mistake. I was going to make this video earlier, but I failed to record it, and my executions left TradingView from Trade of 8 because it is a eval account, obviously for the Top Step Combine. So I don't have my executions to show it, so all I'm going to do is show you day one. Let me drag over the Top Step trading account here. We see this is the new 150K Combine. I was profitable by $158.32 today. Took one trade. So we're 1 for 1. 4-minute trade. So that's the good news, is that we were profitable. And to show you the exact pricing, I'll come back to this in a second. So came into the morning session this morning, took a look at previous sessions, Asia last night, London last night. We had a drop down, took down the previous New York PM low as well as the Asia low in the London session overnight. So we'd swept some sell side liquidity already, we see here. And then coming into the open, as you all know if you watched, today was a very bullish day, so I'll just bring it over here. This is a 15-minute chart right now, where we see we had a fair value gap here, a bearish fair value gap, and I want to draw your attention to this because this turned into an inversion fair value gap, and I was using it for my target for an exit. So I'm going to bring this all the way over here, because now that it's been through it and it never returned to it, and it never bounced off it, what it is, it closed above. So when you have a fair value gap close above that's been invalidated, you can now use this as an inversion fair value gap, and if price comes back down to it, you can use it as pseudo support and then take a long off of it, which is similar to what I was looking to do. So we'll change the color to this since it's now a inversion fair value gap. I gotta click on the right part. There we go. So I'll turn it orange so I know close above. We can start targeting longs. I'm going to drop this down to a 5-minute too as well, since I'm not trading off of 15. And that wasn't my trade, so I didn't trade higher. What it is, I traded below this. So let me drop down to a 5-minute now that we see the kind of broad layout. And down on a 5-minute chart, we see the open. So I watched the open, and I saw this fair value gap on a 5-minute form. And I was bullish on my bias for the day, so I was looking for higher prices. That's why I was also looking for inversion fair value gaps to close above to take trades, or for targets. So my idea for my trade here was, it took a long, I wanted to take a long close to consequent encroachment of this fair value gap as it dropped down into it. And I'll drop down into a 1-minute here so we can see it a little bit easier as well. Exact same chart now on a 1-minute. During the open, we see it was just straight up. So waiting for a retracement. You'd see the taking out buy side liquidity here, taking out buy side liquidity here, since we'd already rated sell side liquidity down here in London. So there's the 1-minute chart view of it. So we see now we're chasing, and the algorithm is targeting buy side liquidity. So it took that out right at the open, made a pullback, and I was looking to enter on this pullback as I was adjusting it, and we see, let's see, I'll pull this over, make it easy here. Oh, you got to see the fill price too. Drop it right there. I'll move this over a little bit, see if that lines up. Yeah, it doesn't, but I'll go back and forth here then. Okay, so 47, 43.50. $47.43.50 was the fill. That was the long. That was the buy at 8:44. So this is Central Time. I'm in Central Time, but my chart is on New York time. So 8:44 Central is 9:44 Eastern. Excuse me, Eastern. So that's when the market order filled. And I was then looking to target, which is the limit that got canceled. My target was 47.51.50. which is right here. Also the top of that, I was looking for this fair value gap to be filled. 47.51.50 we see on the right side, which is this red line, or the ray as TradingView calls it. So that was my target for my exit, which we see it was hit. So the question is why did I close my trade out at 47.46 right here at the stop? So I was stopped out in profit because I moved my stop before I should have. 47.46.75 we see stop was executed, filled as a sell via TradingView. 8:48. So I won't do this every time. I'll record the videos before it leaves this interface. So 47.46.75. So that was the bulk of the trade. Ended up being only 3.25 points, or 13 ticks. The trade plan was this one over here. I'll slide this over. So I was looking for a 2-to-1 trade entering, since I got in here. Original plan was the entry here and fill up to there for just around 10 points is what I was targeting. But since I didn't get the full 10 on there and I couldn't get it in, I took it where I could. Market order filled. This is just a matter of a few seconds getting filled, so I'm going to work on putting my limit orders for my entries, but just so helping everybody out, being full transparency on this combine and becoming a funded trader once again. So that was the entry and that was the exit, waiting for that. So it would have been 8 handles profit target, 4 handles stop loss for a 2-to-1. Just looking for take a small bite out of it. So that was the plan for today. Had I would have had to live through a little bit of drawdown had it not got stopped out by accident, but we see it did shoot right back up. So just the key there is don't always look for super close. This still was a good indicator of going longer when this bearish fair value gap turned into a bullish fair value gap and became inverted. And we see it did act as support, but it was a good sign. Momentum was to the upside, and as we see, it was nothing but up all day long. So hindsight, yeah, I could have held for longer, but if ifs and buts were candied nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. But we take it one day at a time, and we're profitable. We're up 150 on the day on the combine, and we'll take tomorrow as it comes. So hope that helps a little bit. And never forget, tomorrow is not promised. Live for today. Talk to you soon.